Jeff Murrah here, and today we're going to be talking about codependency blindness. In fact, what I'm going to do is go over the 8 enabling blinders. Now, I'm doing this topic mainly because with enabling and codependency, there's times that people outside of your family think, how can they not see that? Well, that's what we're going over today. How they seem to miss it. Where does this blindness to being able to see what's actually going on come from? And there are 8 blinders that are actually at work that keep them from seeing the truth and what's going on. Okay, the first is the selective filtering of information. I mean, the mind is a phenomenal thing, and it operates better than social media sites in terms of filtering information. If you think that those sites have filtered stuff concerning the COVID vaccine and the election, they pale in comparison to how your mind works with filtering information. And the way it filters, of course, it's always to keep the status quo, keep things going the way that they are going. So your mind's going to filter in and allow in the negative. So, like for instance, if you had a job performance evaluation and the boss identifies 12 things that you're good at and 5 things you need to improve on, which one is your mind going to focus on? It's going to focus on those 5 things. And if somebody asks you afterwards what they said, those 5 things are what's going to pop into your head. And although you hear the negative concerning yourself, if it's a family member and they're making promises, I'll never drink again, or I'm never going to shoot up again, or anything like that, that's what you hear. You grab hold of that. You block out any kinds of negativity there. So it's a weird filter, because part of it allows in the negative only, and part of it wants to believe the positive only and not see any negative. And that's one of the blinders. Now, number 2, there's a tendency to defend the offender or the abuser, the person that is offending you. You turn around and defend. If it's your child, if it's your husband, if it's your wife, you turn around. They're doing the best they can. They're going through a hard time. You find something to defend them on. You don't see what's really going on. Now, it's going to be important to understand these blinders. One, if you've got a family member or friend who is struggling with codependency, and 2, if you're struggling with it, because this will help you understand this warped view of the world that you tend to have, so that you can readjust some things. The next one, number 3, redefining pain. There's going to be a tendency to downplay symptoms and even go so far as to repressing psychosomatic symptoms. You may be suffering these intense headaches or intense stomach cramps, but you're not going to want to connect them with what's going on with the codependent behavior. And if you do acknowledge them, the severity is going to be downplayed. And then number 4, the pronouncement of perception. I know that sounds goofy, but I didn't know how else to lay it out. The codependent makes these proclamations, I see it all, or such and such doesn't bother me. They're going to make these wild statements where it appears like they, have it together or they see the big picture, but they don't. And so when you find yourself doing that, that's a natural phenomenon, because, like after watching this video, you say, oh, I see it now. It's all clear to me. Well, I don't think you see the full picture yet. You're starting to. And it's okay to be in the process of starting that awareness. It's almost like pulling the blanket down from your face a little at a time until you get the whole picture. And it's going to take a little while. Another one is peer pressure. They are going to feel a lot of peer pressure. Pressure that is not even being exerted by their peers. They're going to be experiencing and feeling and want to deal with. Now, number 6, there's going to be a lot of diversions. They're going to stay busy all the time, because when you're busy, you don't feel and you don't reflect on things. So by staying busy, doing little bitty busy work things and scurrying around the house, you can put off feeling things. And I've seen the variation of this where people always have to have the radio on or some kind of distracting noise or the television to avoid getting in touch with any feelings or to avoid thinking. Now, number 7, this is one I know is going to step on some toes, but somebody's got to lay these things out. And that's, you tend to replace feelings. And by replacing feelings, you worry about people more than love them. Now, let me explain before you take off on that one. If you grew up in a home where the kind of love that was shown to you was not a healthy type of love, and it was not genuine affection, how are you going to show it to others? With the codependent, there'll be a lot of talk about love, but the reality is it's not displays of genuine affection, genuine caring, genuine having their best interest. It is instead going to be worry that they might not like you, or worry that they're not happy. And there's a difference between them, and that's hard for them to see. The last one is there's going to be a lot of euphemisms, and by euphemisms, you can tell when after something happens that they're very hurt or very angry, and oh, it's nothing, or I'm just a little frustrated, or I've had a bad day, rather than saying, man, what you said hurt. I mean, it really cut to the quick. Or I'm so sad and disappointed with what you said to me. It left me in tears. They can't say that. They're going to find some way to water it down and not get to the truth of it. Now, I share these things so that you can be aware of them, because it's going to be hard to remove them and undo them if you don't know what they are. So that's why I shared those with you, and it's my hope that you go ahead and work toward undoing them, talk about them. Take them one at a time, rather than try to do it all at once, or, hey, I see it, I get it all. No, you don't. You may have to get a close friend or two to say, if you see me doing any of these things, bring it to my attention, please, so that I can deal with it. That would be a way to do it. Now, once again, if you have any questions, concerns, feel free to leave them below. I'll be glad to get to them. I enjoy the feedback. Something you can do for me, like and share the video. That way, more people can get help, and that will be beneficial. But that'll get you started with these blinders that keep the codependents from seeing things. So until next time, this is Jeff Murrah, wishing you best regards. Goodbye.